Hello, my name is Hugh. Welcome to my channel and my workshop. And as I promised last week, this one's going to be a bowl turning. Now, this piece is U, and this was given to me by Andy from Andy's Cornish Creations when we met up late last summer and had a lovely evening together. Now, this was one of the pieces he gave me, and I thought, oh yeah, lovely clock. Like that. And I thought, no, think about it, because that's the other side. As you can see, there's some cracking which I have filled with CA or super glue. They don't go that deep, and I don't think it's going to matter structurally. But the more and more I looked at this, the more and more I thought, this is the side I've got to turn, because the contrast between that and this, which is the outside of the tree, I think will look amazing. And the inspiration for this came from somebody I've followed for quite a while now, and most of you will probably know, and that's Phil Anderson from Shady Acres Workshop. And one thing I've learned from Phil is that what you leave in a piece is just as important as what you take away. So my intention is to just put a bowl in here. It's probably going to come out the side here a bit, but I'm not worried about that. But I want to keep the rest of it. So to mount it on the lathe, I don't want to put anything in there. So I'm just going to glue fine centre-ish, because again, I don't mind if the bowl is up here and we've got this down here. So I could be mounting it like that. It's going to be a bit uneven, or I could put it there. You can hear my neighbours, sorry, they're playing around in the swimming pool. It's a gorgeous day over here today. So I'll probably go for centre and just have like a bowl there. So what do you think? There, and then I've got this down here. Let me have a think about it, and then I've got my hot glue gun nice and warm, and I'm going to hot glue that. Sorry, compressor. I'm going to hot glue that onto the back, put it in the into the C-jaws on the Axminster SK114 Evolution chuck, which needs a bit of a clean, so I'll do that before we start turning. So let me have a think, and I'll bring you back when I'm gluing that on. Okay, so I'm going for that. Once I get it mounted, I'll have a look when I bring the centre up and see. I may take it off and replace it somewhere, or move it somewhere. This is the first time I've used hot glue on a bowl, but after I did those breadboards, the amount of work it took me to get this glue block off, it'll hold. But I will have tailstock support up initially anyway. So let me get it finished, let this set off. Next time you'll see that, it'll be in there. I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so this is a few days later. I've had a change of mind and come to my senses. There is absolutely no way I'm going to be turning this on a glue block. So again, out of Phil's book, shall we say, I'm going to, this is a 3-inch Forstner bit, I'm going to just do a little flat in there so that my worm screw, sorry, I just lost the camera, so that my worm screw, I'll drill a hole in there, will fit. And then I'll be flipping it round and putting a mortise in the back. I did try, and the best I could get was 238 RPM, which there's no way that glue block will hold. So that's 174, 180, 200 RPM, taking it nice and easy. Don't have to take much. Go make yourself a cup of tea. This could take a while, but I'll speed it up. And I'm standing way over here. There you go. A little bit more so I can get there. So a little bit more till I've got that flat as well, so it gives me the best touches possible. Now when Phil does this, he does it on his drill press, and he's got a big clamp that clamps this down, but I've only got a little bench top drill press, and I don't think it would actually cope with that bit in it. Yep, that's enough. So now I'm just going to drill a hole for that worm screw, and get this fitted. So I'll bring you back in a second. So to get this off, I've just got some mess or denatured alcohol in there, and just put in loads on, leaving it for a few minutes, and then peel it off. So I'll let that soak in for a few minutes, and then next time you'll see this, I'll have it mounted up on there on the screw chuck. So I'll see you in a couple of seconds. Okay, so it's on there. So I've marked centre just by bringing my tailstock up and marking. Just going to draw 68mm circle there, which is the outside diameter of the C-jaws on this chuck. So that's going to be in a couple of days, Wednesday. I know it's going to be cutting it short for me to get this done for Thursday, but the reason I'm so far behind is my back started to play up again, so I stopped everything, made an appointment with the acupuncturist. I saw him this morning, and 40 minutes later I walk out of there feeling a lot better. So I normally leave it a day or so before then putting any stress on my back. So yeah, I will see you in a second for you, a couple of days for me. Okay, so I've got the circle marked up for the mortise. I'll start off with my little parting tool. I'm only going to go 4mm or so deep, maybe 5, and then go along and then put a dovetail in the end, on the side rather, with my skew. I've just checked again. My top speed on this is 328. Okay, that's 5mm deep. So I'm going to go in and create the dovetail there so it'll fit on the jaws. Okay, I'm going to start off at 100, then 120, 240, and then 400. As I said, I'll show you a little bit of that, and then I'll bring you back when it's time to sort this out. I'll also be doing some sanding with the lathe stationary. Like that. So I'm going to turn my dust extraction on and carry on. Not sure how long it's going to take me, but it'll be a second or two for you. Okay, now comes my favourite part of any project, pens, bowls, whatever. When you put meths or denatured alcohol on it to clean it so that you can actually see what it's going to look like. Oh boy, that is a beautiful piece of wood. Let's hope I can get a bowl out of this. As you can see there, I'm leaving that exactly as it is. There were some bandsaw marks along here and here, and I've left those as well because, as Phil says, it's part of the history of this piece of wood. So let's get that dried off. My finish for this is going to be Howard's feeding wax. So I'm going to go for a cup of tea and have a think whether I finish it now or finish it all afterwards. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so Howard's feeding wax. It's a mixture of wood polish and conditioner, beeswax and orange oil. And it doesn't take a lot. I've had this nearly 3 years. And what you do is you rub it on. I've just come in to do this. I haven't finished my mug of tea yet. I've just come in to do this bit, and then I can finish my tea whilst this sets off, which is about 20 minutes or so. It does dry to a sheen rather than the shine, and then once it's dried, you buff it, and I've got some buffing mop attachments, if I can find them, that'll fit in my drill. I don't like these spinny bits at the end, or the sharp bits. Right, back to my tea. Okay, this is the kit I bought. As you can see, it's DK7554 polishing and buffing kit, 8-piece. That was the Arbor, that was the bigger one of those. It's got 4 others. I actually can't remember where I bought it. It was a while ago. So I'll show you a bit of this buffing, and then I'll flip it around. Let me lock this off. There you go. So that's what it's going to be like for a while. Bring you back in a sec. Right, wish me luck everybody. I'm using a carbide out about here because it's catching there. So I just want to go in here. Once I've got out of the bumpy bits, as I'm going to call them, I should hopefully be able to tilt the headstock to give me a better angle and get rid of the tailstock with the live center in it. I've actually managed to get the speed up to 692, so here we go. Oh, that was my lamp. Give me a minute. That was fun. Right, I've come out far enough, so I'm just going to start going in here now. Well, it's time to take the tailstock away. This is where, yeah, Phil, I don't know how you do it. I really don't. I'll be back in a sec. I'm standing way over here. And that, ladies and gents, is as much as I'm going to turn. Boy oh boy, Phil. Yeah. So I'm going to use the scraper now, try and clean up this edge here, but I'll be tilting the headstock round. Let me get set up. Right, I'm going to carry on with that for a bit, and I'll bring you back when it's time for sanding. Okay, I'll be starting this off at 80 grit, and see how we go. Turn the speed down a bit. Speed back down to 328. And for all the rest of the outside, I'll be using this. Now in the States you've got what they call Sandoflex, and this is Abracs. So I've never used them before because I've just taken this one out the packet, but I have seen them used and they work very well. I'll show you a bit of this and then I'll bring you back in a bit. So that's what that's going to look like. I'll bring you back when it's time for the next bit. 40 minutes later, I'm happy with that. I've left that, I've given it a quick sand, but I've left that with the saw marks, more saw marks there. It's all part of this piece's history. So, you saw that one, but they do more than one. They also do a straight flat disc. They're all on arbors that fit in the drill, and that one which is like a cup. Really impressed. So next bit, as I said earlier, my favourite. Let's have a look what this is going to look like. Oh boy. So yeah, I'm going to get a brush and brush it in there, because later on I'll be brushing the Howard's feeding wax into here anyway. So that's going to look lovely. So I'll bring you back when I'm putting the Howard's feeding wax on. I'll just wipe it on where I can, and then with my brush, an acid brush, get into all the bits I can't with the cloth. But this is going to be lovely. I'm so happy. There you go. Hopefully the camera's picking that up. Some nice bolting as well. So I'm going for another cup of tea. See you in a bit. And there we go. Well, here it is. My first ever turning of this sort. As I said in the description and throughout this, it's a Phil Anderson style. It's not very deep. I could have gone a lot deeper, or rather someone else could have got a lot deeper, but I was comfortable up until that point. It finished 8 inches long, 7 inches that end, 6 and a bit that end, 2 and a bit that end, and nearly 3 inches, or 3 and a bit, sorry, at that end. It's got some lovely spalting in it. It's a beautiful piece of wood. The Howard's feeding wax is just so smooth. It's lovely. And yeah, so apologies, this has been a long one, I know, but I took my time, and I made sure that I was safe as well. So first of all, Andy, thanks very much, mate, for giving me this bit when we met up last year. And secondly, Phil, thank you for all your videos that gave me confidence to try something like that. I'll do another one at some point, not for a while, because that tested me, and that's what we should do, is test ourselves. So if you've liked this, I'm not saying you're gonna get more of this very soon, but if you've liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, leave a comment. I read them all, I reply to them all. If you're not subscribed and you've liked this, you can click on my icon at the bottom and click all on the notification bell. YouTube lets you know when I upload a video, which is normally a Thursday morning. All you originals, diehards, oldies, there was another one which I can't remember, which I was given. I'll try and find that one. Jock of Ariane, thank you very much. Yeah, it tried me, it tested me, but I enjoyed it. That's the other thing. So I'll put a little video of this up on a turntable so you can see it all, and some stills, and all that's left for me is to say, go and check out Andy's channel and Phil's channel. I've put links up there and down below in the description. I'll see you next Thursday. I've got something different again, and I'll just like to finish off now by saying, please take care, please stay safe. I'll see you next week, and oil.